Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, yeah. Oh, forgive the lateness. I had some technical difficulties, like what is new. But yeah, so if you guys we're here, you got some writing done. That's what we're up to tonight.
That's
That's
right.
what I'm about tonight. I have so many words. I need to.
But
I'm so far
yeah,
behind.
so if you guys we're here, I'm sorry, my thing turned on again. Give me a second. I hate my life.
I have so many words. I need to. But I'm so far behind.
I don't even know where it's coming from. Why I can't find it.
I got it. It was mine. I had to mute it.
Oh, it was just, see, I don't feel so bad now. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I pulled I got your notification because I'm subscribed to your channel, and the notification came up, so I clicked on it.
Oh,
and
right.
I forgot to mute the video until I heard us repeating. So
well, you can't even do it anyway until we actually start talking, because I did that when Sarah's trying to mute it, but you can't mute it until we start. So I get it. So. Okay, DL, you're on the chopping block. Introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm author DL Tillery. Me and Aphrodite
You're freezing a little.
Yeah, she's lagging, I think. Oh, and now she's gone.
See, that's I think this is going to be the theme for tonight.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Mistress of Horror. That's my goal in life. So
you know what, DL, we missed some of what you said. You come out.
Yeah, we missed the entire thing. We got through My Name is DL still.
Right. And then we got back to Mistress of Horror. So whatever you said in between that, we didn't get.
Well, that's awesome. So yeah. So now I really am the Mistress of Horror. So since you don't know what the heck I said. But yeah, I'm right. You may or may not know me for and today is just terrible. So I'm known for my horror and for my paranormal romance, or I soon will be. I currently just do a lot of short stories that's been published. So I do that. So a lot of people know me for my horror. And I was saying my goal is to become the first mistress of horror, because they're all masters of horror. Become the first mistress of horror. So that's my goal.
You know, I never even thought of that. I can't really think of any well-known female horror writers right now.
Yep, that's true.
There are some.
I mean, there are some, but they never got on that.
But the men dominate. Yeah, the men dominate.
There's a list of them in Hollywood called the Masters of Horror. I would love to become part of that someday. So I just released a horror story today. Came out on the Writers Unite blog, and it's scaring the bejesus out of everyone, which makes my horror heart happy.
Oh my!
That should make it. I know. I shared it. I shared it to one of the groups. I didn't read it because I really don't like horror. I don't like being scared at all. Like we watch those old, really, really cheesy horror movies.
See, I don't mind. I don't mind
watching. You're like, this is not scary.
Working on revising my story.
But don't you see, with me, it's certain kinds of horror I don't like. So I love monster movies, monster stories. So if you give me vampires and werewolves and stuff, I'm down with that. They don't. Even if they scare me, I still enjoy them. It's the demonic ones I don't like. I don't like anything dealing with possession and ghosts and children.
So no grudges. Japanese people know how to scare the bejesus out of you. They are the real masters of horror. Like any horror movies that come from Japan, don't play with those.
I had to watch a couple of animes just for research. My heart still hurts. Even if you oh my goodness, hold on. If you read any mangas and the scary mangas, even looking at the darn pages will
I do. I watched the the horror murder animes, those are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. Everyone's getting murdered, and it's so brutal. Like, oh my god! Like,
see, gore. There you go, gore. Do not like gore.
Girl,
Gore.
I don't mind ghost stories, but I mean, I'm still. I like the it's not part of the ghost story that I like. It's like the that goes behind.
You going in and out too.
Then like the scary part of it.
So you like chillers and thrillers, but not horror.
I guess. Like thriller is about as scary as I'll go.
You talking about the video thriller music video?
No. I'm talking about like the genre.
Oh, thrillers, yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
Because horror can be very vast, and I don't really myself categorize horror, because if it has a dude in it being a serial killer, I don't even count that as horror. I don't even watch. I'm like, this is a mystery murder. Like, that's what I'm over there thinking. Like, I'm not. If it's a person, I'm not afraid at all. Don't count it as horror, like whatever. Now, when you get into the supernatural stuff, like beings that you can't just, beat yourself. Like if I can buy a gun and shoot this person and stop them, or stab them, or burn them up, and they're human, and I can destroy them myself with my own hands, I'm not afraid of that. Like,
well, yeah, those are thrillers anyway.
Yeah. Whatsoever. When you get like I'm like, no. Then we have horror. I don't even mess with that human stuff. Like, that's not horror.
Okay, humans. Don't nobody care about no humans.
The show Supernatural. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Supernatural is nowhere near horror, but
it can be. They have some horror episodes.
Sure.
Right. They have some like.
They have funny episodes. They have scary as fuck episodes.
Yeah,
that show takes you on a ride.
They do.
But I mean, the way that they do it isn't like super scary. Probably because they have Dean making every 5 minutes.
But that's also depends on who you are too, because some of that shit scared me, especially the first season. Some of that stuff scared me, and I'm like, I know I'm a
well, you can. Whenever there's vampires and werewolves and stuff like that,
I love
you can put it in the horror genre. You can put it there because of that. So
true.
If you would like.
I mean, you can do some stuff with some fairies that can be scary. Fairies are a trip anyway. The fairies,
they're low class of demons. So first off, you can do scary stuff. Don't fuck with that Disney stuff, okay? They not really like that. They not Tinkerbell, so calm down.
Walt's whole purpose was to scare children, because he said children like to be scared, so he altered stuff. Ain't nobody. The originals were scarier than what he did with them. So, I mean, I'm not putting it down because I'm a fan of retellings, but a lot of people think that Disney, like if you watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that is not the original story. Like the Seven Dwarfs didn't have those names like Sneezy, Dopey, and all them. That was not their names. But if you ask people to name them, that's what they think because of that movie, which in and of itself isn't
being popular culture.
It isn't a horrible thing, but it's just not true.
It's not true. Grimm fairy tales are the real fairy tales.
Well, I know they call it Disney-fying the fairy tales because so many of the Disney classic fairy tales that they've made into animated movies, if you actually look up like the original fairy tales, that is so far from what happened.
Yeah, but they do that because they cater to kids.
Yes, so, exactly.
Those Disney princesses are sent to children. They can't tell them what really happened to Aurora when her ass was asleep and boyfriend showed up. How he really woke her up. They don't want to do that.
Yeah, apparently. No, you can't. We can't do that with that. They can't tell us.
So I understand, believe me. And I can also enjoy them as well because I do know the origins. I'm heavy into origins, man. That's my thing.
Definitely. I love origins.
So, Miss Nicole, you're on a chopping block now. Introduce yourself
right.
to the world.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Wolf. I am also a paranormal romance author. You can find my books on Amazon.com. I think all you have to do is type in Nicole Wolf and I'll show up, because for some strange reason there is no other author on Amazon that has the name Nicole Wolf.
That works out very well. I'm just saying.
And I happen to write about wolf shifters.
That's so funny.
and it's my real name.
I know that worked out so well.
You were destined.
I'm like, you planned it. Stop.
You were destined.
Right. I married my husband.
I'm on live stream, so you know. So you'll be on camera.
My baby.
Boss, hey. The boss is on here.
Everybody saying hey to you.
Hello.
He's my baby.
That's Pocahontas right there, y'all.
Yeah, her hair. She is. Or tangled. Rapunzel, whichever you want to go.
Yeah, Rapunzel. That'll be a good one.
That is Rapunzel.
SD is in the comments. Sky.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you too, DL. Can you monitor the chat, because I don't even want to take a chance on opening up the window this time.
Oh no, I got you. I have it open already, so I'm all over that.
And the questions for this week are in the.
I have them too.
And yeah, I gave it to you, but it's in the description as well. So, quick introduction. You probably know who I am since you're on my channel. But I'm Aphrodite Lee. Sometimes I'm also known as Mace Kenosha when I'm being naughty. My main genre that I write in is paranormal fantasy and paranormal romance as well. We are the paranormal romance crew. I've also written. I also wrote a novel that's coming out this year called Shattered, which isn't paranormal. It's a new adult coming of age tale. It is my first coming of age tale, and I'm really totally excited about this. I can't wait for everybody to get it. Yay. Right now, as far as Minx is concerned, she has a book out called Encounters: The 7 Erotic Sins, and that's available right now on Amazon and is doing really well. And I'm really pumped and really shocked about how well it's been received. So that's what's going on with me. We can get on to the first question.
Okay, let me pull that up for you. Oh, I was laughing at Nicole. I married my husband just for his last name. So you can be called Wolf.
Oh yeah, you're a wolf. I got this.
She was hunting for a man with last name Wolf. She found him. All right, so our first question of the night is, when is the best time for you to write and why?
Okay, Nicole, that's you.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, well, actually, I've been kind of experimenting for the last month since I started this draft on trying to find when the best time for me to write is, and I've been vlogging about it in my writing vlogs, and it changed, in 30 days it's already changed once or twice. But as of now, I've come to most of the time, my best times to write are either in the afternoon when my toddler is taking a nap, or in the evening after my husband gets home, and then he can keep an eye on the kids so I can write. So those are really the only 2 times that seem to work out on a more consistent basis. I've tried doing the morning thing. I heard people get up really early in the morning and get writing in before everybody wakes up. I tried that for a while last year, and apparently my brain does not wake up until after 9 o'clock. So I got, and it didn't matter how many hours I had before they woke up, because I was trying to wake up.
I did that when I was working full-time, going to school part-time, and had 800 kids to take care of. I did exactly that. I got up early, wrote Wrote doing breaks at work, didn't eat lunch, wrote, came home, played with the kids, put the kids in bed, wrote, went to bed, got up and started all over again. So I feel you on that.
It's in sleep. Like there was no sleep.
I was so determined to make sure that my schedule said write every day, that when I didn't write that particular day, I was okay. And that was the whole thing. Like I didn't give myself permission to have a day off. So when a day off had to happen, I still had a lot done. So I didn't feel bad. Like, oh, I missed my day. Nope.
Right. You know, that's happening to me a lot. The writer's guilt is real. It's so real, the writer's guilt. And I have been feeling it so hard this week because I know I'm behind. And then, like, you know, life happens and there's nothing you can do. And I'm like, no, I'm already behind. Life can't happen right now.
See, that's why I didn't, you know how people schedule, like I'll write on Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of thing. I didn't do that because if I didn't write on that Wednesday, for whatever reason, I felt like I lost my whole week. Yeah. So I told myself I had to write every single day. And then I wrote every day. And when I couldn't, I didn't get as upset about it because I knew I had a lot in.
Oh, okay.
But I feel you on that, especially when they're little. When they're little, it's harder because trust me, I've done some one finger typing, patting babies on the shoulders and trying to get the stuff in. I get it.
I can't.
What about you, DL? What about you?
The best time for me to write is in the evenings after work and on the weekends. It's, you know, having a 2-year-old and then just working and then all the other stuff I do in life. I run multiple businesses and I work them myself, and then I do all my art-based stuff like dancing and planning shows and costuming, and I design stuff, all this stuff. So all this stuff I'm doing, trying to work into my schedule and organization. So I try to stick to that. Like, okay, I get home in the evening, I eat dinner, I work out, then I can write, and I try to write at least an hour to 3 hours. But then I have my schedule. I stop to write, and then I have to take my brother to work. My little brother, take him to work, and then I come back home, and then I try to write a little bit more before I go to bed because I have to get up early in the morning, like at 7. So yeah, the weekends are better for me to write simply because of the time I have freer time on the weekends. So I try to spend that writing, but since I'm just so exhausted, I don't even feel like pulling my tablet out and writing, which is just obviously a choice at that point. So, you know, I'm not blocked or anything like that because, you know me, I don't even believe in writer's block. I definitely believe in writer's guilt, though. So yeah, that's the best time for me, in the evening and on the weekend. So I do try to write every day, but even if it's not very much, I still feel more accomplished. I am so behind right now because I'm revising my book and editing it. So
always fun.
I have to have it to my editor by April. So I'm like, it's March already. Like,
so your best times are evenings and weekends.
Yes, like, that's about daytime. I'm usually gone unless I have a really light week. So if I have a week where it's like my one business that I have to go out to work, then I'm off for like 4 or 5 days, let's say, because the rotational type of schedule. Then I'll be like, "Oh, this is the perfect time," but then I'll just be asleep. So,
girl, you know what? You sound like the kind of person who would be the bomb at a writer's retreat. Like if you had a 3-day,
yeah, I would be, because at writing, probably on write-ins. So
we'll be sitting here getting our words, and you'll be like, "I got 25,000 words." That'll be you. That'll be you. Yeah, because the reason why I wanted to pose that question is because you gotta do what works for you. People will say that, oh, you should do X, Y, Z. The minute I hear the word should, you already turned me off. Because don't tell me what I should do. I should do what works for me.
Right.
And what works for me is X, Y, Z.
That happened this week, actually. I watched a video on the Reedsy channel, and
freezing's happening. I think it might be YouTube streaming tonight.
It might be because I mean I've never had the problem with freezing and stuff like that, and then I totally got kicked out and a whole bunch of other stuff.
It's posted demo tips on how to like.
So I'm like, what's going on today?
Yeah, wow, freezing.
Well, for me, just to answer the question, the best time for me is probably after 5.
Oh, right.
It's probably after 5. And the reason why I say that is because before 5, even though I do get some writing in, I don't feel like I'm completely conscious. I know that I'm playing all the tapes from whatever else is going on in the day and whatever else I got to get done. And I'm the queen of squeezing in some sentences in between stuff. But my best writing happens after 5. So, and I would say the best days for me are usually between like Thursday and Sunday, you know, because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday seems to be filled with a lot of mundane stuff or other people's stuff that I have to do that I'm obligated to take care of. And it doesn't mean I don't write, but I wouldn't say that I'm getting in the same quantity as I do the rest of the time. So those are my best.
Yeah.
So before we start writing, what are you guys working on tonight?
I am working. I am working on my debut novel, work in progress. So I'm revising, so that's a lot more adding in right now, and then editing. So I'm trying to just focus on just the revising first, and then go back through and edit again. So that's why I said, "Oh my God, I'm deadline." But yeah, that's what I'll be working on.
Is it still the Chronicles of Cagliostro?
Yep, you said it right. Yeah, but yes.
Okay.
Cagliostro.
I was like, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think that's right.
I'll be actually doing a reveal video this week. You did. I'll be doing a reveal video this week of his character because I had
oh my goodness.
I have a video. That'll be fun.
And what about you, Nicole? What are you working on?
I'm still chugging away on trying to get this draft of my 3rd novel in this series done. Because it needs to get done. Because I did something very, very bold and actually put it up on pre-order when it's not written yet.
Oh, but I did that too. Do not feel bad, but I will tell you, honestly,
I've never done it.
I will never do that again. I will never do that again. And not because I had any doubt in me getting some stuff done, but because I stressed myself out so bad because I did that. And then when like the book, it dropped on February the 14th, and it dropped with some mistakes in some of the chapters that KDP didn't let me fix. It literally didn't let me fix it until like a minute after it dropped, which drove me crazy. Thankfully, the sales and stuff didn't kick in until way after, so I think it was only like 10 or 12 copies that went out, and like 8 of the people I knew. So like 4 people, in my opinion, got a bad copy. But but it wasn't like horrible. We're talking like typos and not like. But never again will I do that to myself. Not the pre-order, just a better draft.
Because I put it up for pre-order and I have never written a book in less than a year, and I'm only now. So.
Oh, but don't feel bad. Like you'll get it done, and if you start feeling like you're stressing and stuff, hit me up. We'll tag team to get the writing done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, I think it's I did that because I knew I needed to give myself a reason to push through and to push myself.
Right. No, I get that. The
Every
reason
other
why
time
I'm sorry.
that's why it took me so long to draft before, was because I didn't give myself a deadline.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to give myself a deadline, and that's going to make me sit down, butt in chair.
Always give yourself a deadline no matter what. That was like the best advice I ever got. Even if I don't care what it is, like it could be way in the future, but give yourself an actual, I'm going to be done this day, and then that way you will actually work towards it. Hold yourself accountable. Accountable.
I did that for my outline for this draft. That was before I put it up for pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
I had to have my outline done by the end of January, so that I by February. Mm-hmm. And I actually came in early, so I was able to start drafting a few days early. So that was.
Well, make sure that you give me the link to the pre-sale. Make sure you give me the link so I can add it to this afterwards. Don't forget.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So what are you working? I mean, you said you're doing
comments.
We're lagging. A whole bunch of craziness is going on. So anyway, for me, I'm gonna be.
I think YouTube might be streaming tonight.
Yeah, it's crazy. We may not make it through the whole thing. This is so crazy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be working. I have to put together quite a few things going on for Shatter, because my cover and stuff is being worked on, and I can't wait to do a cover reveal. I can't wait to do that. So what I'm going to be working on tonight is, if my computer lets me, is gathering some more stuff I need for my promo packs and for my press kit and stuff, and then like putting those in folders so I can put them together better. I have like 80%, so I'm a little happy about that. But this is all new to me. Like I was getting ready to say, the reason why I did my pre-sale book and all the other stuff, I didn't do it because of trying to launch the book, which I wanted the book to still be good, but I didn't do it just for that. I did it so I can learn the process of how it would be with Amazon and KDP and what I was going to go through. And the book just kind of blew up. Like I'm just lucky. I'm not even kidding. That was luck, but I was trying to test the system so that when Shattered comes out, I won't be as green, if that makes sense. So
that does make sense. I kind of wish I would have done that, but I totally didn't.
You have the time right now to change everything, though. You have enough time to change everything from the title to what you're working on, if you wanted to do a quickie novella type story as your pre-sale. Right now you could do it. Yeah. So don't
honestly, right now, because I'm on the first draft, I'm not really sure what the like my plan was to do like a 50 to 55K, which is like right at the short end of it, but ends up being more like 40K. That
I did that too. Mine was supposed to be really short. It was supposed to be a quickie, 9 chapters, the 7 in the middle, basically the main parts of the story, and then an intro and an outro. And it became its own monster. That's just how it goes, guys. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice, so forgive me. Let's get going. Let's do the first sprint. So we're gonna DL, are you here? Oh no, did we lose her? I am really
I don't know. She looks
this Tuesday stream today.
So bad for me.
Oh, there she is.
Okay,
she came back now.
Can you also be the gatekeeper as well and keep us on track for time?
Yeah, well, since we're done with the initial open, I'll be the governess of this writing.
So yes, let's do that. Why is this my?
Okay, so whenever you guys are
ready, even my chat isn't working. So I'm through.
We do have some chat going on.
Yeah.
between a few people
Oh my goodness.
and Sky.
Okay, let me just say this, guys. If you can, if you're hearing me, we're not ignoring you in the chat. Something's going on. Something wacky is going on with the stream tonight. So please forgive me.
No, you're good. Stream tonight. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Stuttery. So we probably should jump in on our first write-in.
Yes, let's
so we
do
can
that.
Do something. Okay, so do you want to do 15 minutes?
5 p.m.
Say that
right
again,
now.
Nicole.
I have 8:35 p.m. as the time right now. That way we kind of know what time we're starting and stopping.
Okay, I can't even see what time it is. Okay, it's 8:35.
Yeah.
All right. So actually, do you want to just go a 20-minute for the first one since we talked so long?
Yeah, let's do a 20 minutes. So we start
That
right
way we can meet at quarter of.
Yeah, we'll come back in quarter of. So around 8:45.
All right, everybody. We will be back at a quarter of.
10 minutes. That's 10.
We'll be back.
Quarter of is 10 minutes. So it would be 8:55 is when we come back.
I said it after I said 8:45. I mean, 8:55. Yeah, I think I lagged.
There we go. We're good. 8 back.
I'll put a comment down here so everyone knows where we're at.
All right.
Sorry, I'll count us down.
I'm closing out my mic.
All right, 2, 1, and go. Yay, we're all done.
So how did everybody do?
I have to do math quick, so give me a minute.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what I just did. I think I clicked something wrong. Oh.
I can't do math. Math is not my strong suit.
Okay. Don't feel bad.
Okay, I got 286.
Let's see. I edited about 5 pages and revised. So added 150 words.
It took me like 15 of the 20 minutes to figure out how I was going to go about my just gathering everything and getting it organized in the folders. Forgive me, guys. I am struggling right now. I am in so much pain. So because of the teasers that I have to create, I'd already created like a billion teasers already, but they're not suitable for the promo stuff. So I have to revamp them. And unfortunately, I thought I would just be able to do some resizing without having to do all these extra steps, but I can't. I have to do it all from the beginning. So that's going to be
I heard that was a struggle for a lot of erotica writers is finding ways to promote on like Amazon and Facebook and stuff because of the content restrictions.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even worried about that. I'm trying to get the promo packet for the for Shattered.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
The struggle is that I have to do them all over again from scratch. I made a bunch of teasers, but they don't have any mock-ups or anything on them. And the way I made them, I can't even alter them, so I gotta do them all over. So it's nothing. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's not hard work. It's just a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just not hard. Doesn't mean it doesn't take time that you could.
Right. And I'm just so frustrated because I thought for sure that I would just be able to do some cut and paste, but I can't. I got to make them all over. So, what's going on in the comments? No. I can't get back there.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can get there. Dana said she forgot to write her start number down. That's everyone.
Just the approximate numbers work as well, or pages. I got I went in to start putting my folders together. So basically pictures of stuff that I'm using in background and determining which mock-ups I want to make. Like, do I want to do the single books or the books and the tablets and all that kind of stuff? And so that's what I was doing.
Oh, okay. Oh, and Sky said she got 1.5 pages of her. I guess she's transferring notes from one notebook to another. So she got a 1.5 pages done.
Oh my goodness. Transcribing is the worst.
Oh. I do not envy her. I hate having to read. That's probably why I try and avoid writing my scenes like as I'm drafting. I avoid writing them by hand so much because I hate having to retype things that I've already written.
Oh, hey, but here's the trick. If you write by hand, and this is for everybody who's still, like me, old school and like to write stuff down by hand. If you go into Google Docs, they have a way where you can just read it and it'll type for you, and that'll do the transcribing for you. But that's if you're trying to do it, if you're trying to go from notebook to computer. It doesn't help from notebook to notebook. I'm sorry.
No, mine computer. But I've never tried that. Do you have to say quotation marks or?
I don't even write. Like it's not
new
perfect.
paragraph or anything. Like I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
I'd have to play around with it, I guess.
Right. Play around with it. You have to fool around because I don't care about that stuff. As long as I'm getting the bulk of what I'm saying down, then I'll go in, edit it anyways, and put in commas where they should go and that sort of thing. But it helps you so much if you have, like when I wrote Shattered originally, and I'm talking about when I was like 20. So we're talking like almost 40 years ago. When I originally wrote it as a kid, I have it all like, typed out, typewriters, old days. So being able to read it and get it all on there is a hell of a lot better than trying to retype it all. Or it was. I mean, I wound up changing the story so much that I retyped it anyway. But not the point.
My internet was being you know what, so I had to just reboot it and see if that helps. I don't know.
Right. I had to do that today too. But it wasn't the internet. It was something going on with YouTube that shut everything down because all I had up was YouTube. YouTube channels and our stream, and then it went like, oh, we don't want you to play with us today.
Apparently. I don't know what's going on.
Sky says she uses Dragon, naturally speaking.
Yes.
I think I've heard of Dragon, but I have no idea where to get
Dragon, naturally speaking, is the bomb.
It really is.
I love it. The only reason I suggested Google is because everybody can use Google. Everybody doesn't have Dragon, but Dragon is the bomb because, like, if you're like me and you talk funny, Dragon picks up how you talk. Like, you have to do like test paragraphs and stuff like that. It'll pick up your inflections and all kinds
accents and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and like me, like my accent is included. It is the worst. I just can't talk. So I let my kids do theirs because it can pick up individuals as well. Yeah. And they breeze through it. Me, I had to do it so many different times for it to catch me because I talk funny. So,
brother.
Yeah,
that's what it says.
I do talk funny, so I don't care.
I don't think so.
So it's like they're like, "What did you just say?" And when I first started trying to use it, I wrote this. Let's just say this sensual story.
Big surprise.
About and it was like me and Ben Affleck. But I was, because it was like a fan fiction-y type thing, I actually said Ben Affleck's name and stuff. Well, I always call him Benjamin, but you all know who he is by Ben Affleck. So it had no idea what I was saying. It was picking up the does and the days and the he's and anything else I said. They were like, he put his what, where, and when. It couldn't pick it up. So, but it's great. That program is amazing.
Yeah, I like it.
I never tried to dictate as I was drafting. I've dictated into my phone like outlining notes,
right?
Or like random scene ideas or things, but I've never actually tried to like draft it by speaking because. I mean, I guess I should because honestly, the way that I write is very similar to the way that I talk.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess it would work. I think it would have to be where it's going to put like the quotation marks and the commas and all that stuff.
There's a way it'll do it. It'll do it. Well, Dragon definitely will do it, but Google will do it. But I can't tell you how. Like, you have to fool with it because I don't remember.
Right.
Sky said she just got a Mac and the creator of Dragon no longer supports Dragon for Mac, so she still has to research of what she has to use instead. So
that sucks.
You know how that works. Stuff changes around. You know
that's not, I actually have getting a laptop on my list for this year because right now the one that I have isn't really a laptop. It's like a tablet that has a keyboard, and so it has very limited capabilities.
Yeah, I'm using my iPad with keyboard attachment, though it's not really limited, but I still want a laptop, so I feel you.
The only reason I want it is because I use Scrivener, and you can't put Scrivener on an Android.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You can't do that.
I can't use laptops or I can't use anything that doesn't have a full-size dedicated keyboard. and basically a television screen. I'm too blind to use those. So unless I'm dictating, I have to use. I have to pretty much be here to get any real work done.
We're gonna start the next sprint at 10 minutes after, just so that we can start it when
Oh, what was the next question? Did we want to do the next question?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now, so we have enough time to answer it. Let me pull it up here. The second question is, how do you schedule in your writing life with your other life? Aphrodite, you want to go first?
That's a loaded question.
It is loaded.
Well, the way I do it is I do the best I can to make sure that any of my mundane world stuff is done during the day. And I do that on purpose because it's also the time when you have businesses that are opened, and it's just a better time to do stuff that's outside. Mm-hmm. So I am the vendor coordinator for DCBA. Yay, DCBA. Yeah. And so most of the people that I deal with, they have day jobs. So I have to get with them, during the day and get, stuff like that. And then I have other people who I do writing work for. And so I do it that way. So I make sure that anything in my real life, in my mundane world with the muggles, mm-hmm. I do while the sun is still out.
That was great.
Muggle you, Nicole?
Well, most of my other life basically consists of children and pets and cleaning, and meals and cooking. So, which honestly can take up your whole day if you let it.
That's going to take up your whole life. So
yeah, that could take up your whole life if you let it. So really? I try and get as much done as far as my other responsibilities, like my cleaning and kids and things like that, done in the morning before my son goes down for a nap. That way I can get the things that I need to get done while he's sleeping done. And then that's another reason why my husband during the week keeps the kids while I get some writing done in the evening, because I have a very limited amount of time during the day while I'm at work, because I'm the only one here until 5:30 at night, and he leaves at 5:30 in the morning. So the whole day I'm responsible for everything that goes on. So I try and get as much done as I can before my son goes down for a nap. And then, because most of the time after I'm done that, by the time my daughter gets home, then that's kind of when homework needs to happen, and then I need to start dinner. And then by the time that's all done, my husband's coming home, so it's evening by then. Yeah. So which is why this new writing schedule that I started trying, I think in the last 2 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks, I've tried to consistently make myself leave the house most weeknights to get my writing done, because I usually have a better time focusing. I have less interruptions, because as you saw, if I'm in the house, then they know where I'm at and they're going to come find me.
Oh, so, yes, definitely.
Yeah, if I'm not here, then I can focus more. I can focus a little better.
I get that.
There's a writer, I can't think of her name right now. I've been watching her channel for years too, and I can't think of her name. She has a similar situation, because she also works like 4 hours outside the house as well. So like the same schedule, like getting up and until her husband gets home, she has no time. It's all of her hours are filled. Mm-hmm. So what she started doing, and she did it on I think she did it on a 4 days a week kind of thing, is between 9 and 11, no one could have her, like 9 p.m. to 11. So no matter what got done during the day or what didn't get done, from 9 o'clock, you couldn't say anything else to her. 9 to 11 was her time. And she managed, and I want to say it was like 5 months. It may not have been that long. She wrote a novel with just those 2 hours, 3 days a week, 4 days a week.
You can, sure.
And but she was hard on that. She was like, I love you, baby. You're fine. You're wonderful. I'll see you at 11:01, but you can't talk to me until then. Don't touch me. You cute and everything. If the babies wake up, if the babies wake up, they are your responsibility, but they shouldn't wake up by 9. But if they do, they're yours because I don't have kids between 9 and 11. And so that may be a good thing that you could do, where that way you don't have any guilt, because if you didn't get any writing done during the day, so what? Because your day was packed.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I think that's something that that's one of the struggles of when your days are so filled, and then you're trying to get all your words in at night. But the problem is, if you're running around like a freaking nut all day, by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, you're like, I want to roll over and go to bed. I don't want to sit down and write. So then, like, your motivation is completely gone by the evening.
It may be when you start off, it's probably going to be like that because it'll be something that you adjust to.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be 9. It could be earlier than 9 or however you want to roll with it.
Well, that's why I try and do it. Like, my husband gets home at 5:30 and then we eat dinner. So I try and leave the house by like 6:30-ish. That way I can get to the coffee shop by like 7, and then I have like 7 to 9 or 10. That way it's not like ridiculously late, because I do still need to get up in the morning with my daughter and everything. So, so that right now that seems to be the schedule that is working for us. Hopefully that will continue.
Yeah, I know that one. I think I pretty much already answered the question with my first one, but since I have so much going on, I really do need to have a schedule that I try to stick to. Like Aphrodite was pointing out about having that window. So I usually try to do that in the evening. I try to pick a time that's around, I guess, 8, usually 8 to 10, 10-ish, because I usually leave out of here around like 10:40 to take my brother to work, and then I come back, and then if I can, actually, I will just count that as a break, and then I will come back and write some more when I can, to try to write during the day unless it's on the weekend, because that's why I decided to use my iPad to write on, because I can have it with me wherever, and I can write wherever I am, because there's no way in the world I'm going to make it to my office, library, whatever you want to call this, and write. It's not going to happen. So
right. I wish I could use more gadgets, man. I
know it makes it easier on you, because trying to get to a PC is just a pain in the butt for me. So
right, and I have a laptop that I tried to work on, and I could get some work. Technically, I can get some typing done, but I can't see it. So if any error I made or wherever I can't gauge on how much I'm getting done, and then I get home and look at it and say, oh, okay.
Sky is still with us too, and Sky said currently, until she figures out what she's doing, she can fit in where she can. She tries to do as much as she can while the kids are at school, so that way she can do things with her family when they're home. So I totally get that. Yeah. The scheduling,
the key to success, really true success, and what I mean by success is completion. Is that you have to schedule some time. I don't care if your time is 1 hour, 1 day a week. You have to dedicate a time that belongs to just you, because we as women, especially, and as moms, we give 150% of ourselves to the world all the time. And we, except for maybe bathing, we don't give ourselves the same care that we give other people.
True.
And you can't, I know that writing is a passion and a desire and a need and a want. And for some of us, you have to do it or you go crazy. Yeah. So it's so important to make that time, because you're never going to find it. You're never going to get it. It's not going to be enough. You have to take it.
I think that's something that some moms, especially moms, don't really understand, is that if they really want to, especially if they want to make it a career, but even if they like, if they're determined, I'm writing a book, even if it has nothing to do with publication, but that is their goal, I want to write this book, then they have to demand time, because no one is going to just hand it over to them. They need to be like, I want to do this, and this is the time that I need. And if you want to support me in that dream, then you're going to help me find the time.
Just like you wouldn't say, I'm not going to get up with my kid today. I'm not going to feed my husband today. I'm not going to wash dishes today. You would never do that. And so if you would never do that, then also never skip yourself.
Yep, that's hard for us to remember though. We're going to start the next write-in in 1 minute. Then we're going to do another 20-minute sprint since we were talking to a little bit longer. So actually we're on the minute I mentioned. So I'm going to count us out, and then everyone can put their numbers in the comments or let us what you worked on, whichever you want to do.
Started too. Track where you started this time.
Yeah, try to track your start.
I got my numbers written down. I got it.
Good idea. All right, we'll count us out. 3, 2, 1, and write. Alrighty, we're back.
Already?
Yeah, I know, right?
I was actually finally getting into my groove.
I know, right? Oh, it's like 20 minutes. So let's see what everybody on the stream is doing.
Face looks so bad. Puffy.
Oh boy.
Oh, at least I'm staying on track. 256.
Oh, good. Good job.
What about you, DL?
I did about 232 words, and then I edited about 10 pages, so I'm on another chapter.
Girl, you edited 10 pages in 20 minutes. You need to edit my shit then. I'm sending you
my today time. I hate editing.
I agree with that. That's why I'm trying to get through this because I don't want to be at the end of April and be like, I'm not done and I need to send it to my editor. And I'm way behind schedule. I should already started my beta run and I haven't done it yet. I'm like, oh. So I'm trying to wait till I revise it first and do the first edit, and then I want to run into beta while my editor has it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it is good. You save money the more people you get their eyes on it before you get it to the editor.
Yeah, you're my alpha, so you'll have it before I even do the beta run. So just pray for me that I can make it. I can make the revision.
April
and
what?
Edit.
End of April.
The first week of April, I need to have it to her. So I'm have the whole month of March, but really
only have March.
I only have March to finish the revision and edit, and then let you go through. But you got your own stuff to do too, so I don't know. That's how this goes.
Look, don't wait until then. Send me stuff as you go.
Okay, I'll try to do that.
You the same way. Remember, chapter by chapter, I sent you.
I know, right? Yeah, you're right. I will. I think I finished. I did finish revising and editing chapter to chapter 3 right now. So
how many chapters is it?
It's growing. Right now I think it's around like I want to say about it's around like 200 and some pages right now, and I think I have about. I have shorter chapters. I want to look at my chapter count right now. I think I'm at like 22 chapters maybe.
Yeah, that's how, you know what? A lot of times, like I will in my outline determine chapters and stuff.
I do in my outline.
That's not always concrete. And sometimes because I like for my beats that I like to hit my beats. So when I'll end a chapter, dun, 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 and start the next chapter. So it ends up, you know me by now.
I know.
It ends up that I might have a chapter that's 7 pages and another one that's 27 pages.
Yeah, like my chapter 2 was like about 20 pages.
I think
each the name of my chapter is what I'm gonna cover in the chapter pretty much. So like I think chapter 2 is called Blue Eyes or something, or Crystal Eyes or something like that. So it's focusing on her being like, what the heck is this dude, type of thing. And then the next one is like, who are you? What are you? So it's like both of them conversation based on, because since he don't know who she is, and she don't remember who she is, it's kind of hard to have that conversation. But while they're having a conversation, then he tells her some things, and she's like, "Are you like fucking nuts or something?" Like, that type of attitude.
Like, I'm telling the truth, and then
stuff he says makes no sense, and he's sitting there looking at her like, "I don't know what you want me to do about it." Like,
I am what I am.
I am what I am, and we're where we are. I don't know what you're doing here, but
it's funny that you bring that up about naming your chapters. I only name my chapters in my romance books.
Really?
Yeah, I noticed that too, because in my erotica stuff, in my regular paranormal stuff, I noticed that I name my chapters in my romantic stuff. And the erotic stuff is like chapter 6.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of books. It depends on how what the
I
writer
didn't
does.
realize that though.
I tend to name my chapters and everything I write except for my horror. Now, when I write my horror, it's just like chapter 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah. But I don't in my fantasy and my paranormal and stuff like that. I'd name my chapters because it to me it like gives me an anchor, and then it gives the reader an anchor. Like they see the name of the chapter, and it kind of clicks in their head. And then as they're reading through the chapter, they may figure out like where it's going for that chapter or whatever.
So do you do chapter 1 and then so and so, or do you just put the title and no chapter number?
I usually put the chapter, let's say chapter 1, and then the name. And I like a centered type of setting for my format.
Me too.
And then I have, of course, the page number, and then I like at the bottom of each page or the start of each page after the chapter to have the name, sub name, or the title of the book. So like on my format, it's like it says Tales of the Libertine on the pages, or it'll say my author name or something like that. At least that's a planned format right now.
Yeah, mine are opposite. Like the even pages say my name, and the odd pages say the title of the book. At the top, headers in the corners.
Yeah,
not centered, but in the corners.
Yeah,
and then it's centered in the bottom of each page are the numerals.
Yeah,
but my chapters are set. My chapter headings are centered at at the beginning of each chapter.
Yeah,
That's currently. I don't know what Shattered is going to look like yet. We're all still working on that. Like the people who are formatting the book and getting all the goodies together for it. I'm waiting to see what they come up with. But aesthetically, I tend to go for centered stuff.
Yeah, I still have to find a person to do my formatting, but there's so many companies and so many people that do it. So I don't know.
You get stuck with the formatting that you just said. I can format it for you.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that too much. But if you want something fancy out the gate, that's going to be different. Like you might want to source out.
Yeah,
but
I haven't decided where I want the formatting for it to be. I thought about something fancy at the top, like I showed you from that Dritz book of mine, where his picture was on the blade. But I want to do something like maybe wings.
As long as you own the picture, then yeah, we can still do that.
Yeah, I thought about maybe doing like wings and the opal in the center of the wings for the. The chapter headings when the chapter starts, because I kind of so that way it keeps the.
Trust me, I cannot wait to reveal mine.
I know, I can't wait to see that.
Wait, it's so much I can talk about, so much I can't. I cannot wait. But it was something I was going to ask you about that, and now I can't think of it. But I have one YA story, and it isn't written yet. It's just outlined and stuff like that. Oh, okay. And I noticed that in that one, I named the chapters as well.
Oh, okay, cool. It just happens. I don't even know. I didn't make the collective decision to be like, well, I'm not going to name my horror chapters, and I'm going to name my fantasy ones. It just it just felt right,
it or not. It organically fell that way. That's what right. I didn't even realize I did that until
Me either.
What about you, Nicole? Do you name your chapters?
I only name my chapters while I'm drafting and revising because they give away a lot. My chapters.
You gotta be a little more sneaky with the name.
Yeah, exactly. And when I'm doing my outlining and my drafting and my revising and stuff, I'm basically my chapter titles is basically just so I can easily look in my Scrivener file and I know exactly what's going on in that chapter.
That makes sense.
And it's easy for me to move things around. Like the chapter heading will basically be the basic idea of what's going on in that chapter. And then if I know, well, this chapter needs to get moved to Act 1 and it's in Act 3 right now, or Act 2 or whatever.
Right. Yeah. That's why I like doing outline.
Once I get to the point where I'm getting ready to publish it, I'm like, there's no way I can keep these chapter titles because there's no point in them even reading the story. They can just read the chapter title.
Yeah, you got to do a J.K. Rowling, The Boy Who Lived. And what? Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. so bad at
Name
that.
chapters one. I think each chapter has enough going on. It doesn't need a fancy name. So she names her first chapter. I think that's what she's saying.
What I did with my surrender, not my surrender goddess series, my well, I can't think of it right now because my brain scrambled. But in my, let's just say surrender goddess series, I would use one word as the chapter name. So it would be like, for instance, it would be like desired, and the next one would be like surrendered, and found or whatever, but it will be a lead as to what you're getting ready to read about. Because just like kind of like when Nicole said as far as giving away, it doesn't give away, but it is a chronological order of what's happening.
Right.
So they met, they did this, they did that, they did the other thing. Now this is happening, blah blah blah. And I found one word and I use it and go down and tease you into it.
Yeah.
Discovered. That was the one when I discovered. Because in one of my stories, the two characters, the one of them is a prince from a different realm, and he left the realm wasn't supposed to, came to our realm because he heard about how groovy Earth girls are, because we're easy. Earth girls are easy.
Oh.
And then but he came and decided he was going to stay, which he was in treason because he wasn't supposed to leave A, and B, his ass can't stay, so they found him. So then he had to go. They had to drag his ass back. But so that one was called Discovered because it was so cool how they discovered him, because they were
I like that.
in the throes of doing some things with his girl when they got discovered. So
hey, that works. We're gonna start the next writing in a minute because that'll be like 9:50, and then we can do. You guys want to do a 20 or 15?
What time is it?
It's 9:49. We're gonna start at 9:50. We'll have to come back and do the last question so that way we can fit this last springtime.
Let's do 15 because we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're running low. So we'll do the 15 and then come back and do the final question for the night and then wrap. That works.
And I want some details, guys, on like specifically where you are and what you're doing for the when we close, because this is pretty. I'm getting a lot done. Yeah, this has been a cool screen.
Yeah. Dana said she has to run, so she said, have fun. All right, see you, Dana. Thanks for dropping
Dana. And I saw your review on my book, Dana. Thank you so much. It was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. You got another review. Yay.
Yeah.
Reviews are hard to get. I'm telling you.
They are.
All right.
It's actually up there. I forgot when the release day of your book was, but now that I know, oh yeah, that did release, didn't it? What day is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. My mom's just finishing it too, so I'll get her to put a review up there.
Wait till the first. If you haven't gotten it yet, wait till the first, because Amazon finally let me do a special. So between the 1st and the 5th, it's a giveaway.
Oh, okay.
For the ebook. Cool. Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, that's really cool. All right.
All right, so
ladies, we'll take the 10, and then we will do our last question and wrap, and there you go.
All righty.
All right, count us down. 3, 2, 1, and write.
So I assume we're back.
Yes, we are.
My leg is itching me like crazy. Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, I did find quite a few pictures that I could use for some of my teasers. I'm having a hard time, DL, finding Aaliyah's tree.
Really?
Yeah, because you have to get something that's free, or you got to pay for it, and I can't find the perfect because it's a solo tree by a pond.
Okay.
So I'm having a hard time finding her damn tree.
Well, let me look for you tonight too, see if I can come up with anything. Okay. Multiple people looking works better for that. For
Right.
sure.
Especially people who have, vision.
This is true. How'd you do, Nicole?
I'm moving up. I got 295, so I'm just about the 300 word mark. I'm almost.
Good job. Yeah, but that's multiple times of it, so you did get some writing done.
It's 300 more than you had before you started.
Yeah, no, that's right.
I needed every single word I got tonight.
That's great. I mean, you
hit a page. Like if you do a page a day, you have a book in a year. 365
numbers.
I don't have a year to write this book.
No, not this one. I know. I was just saying in general. That's right. You gave yourself a deadline, and you have to.
I did. Well,
yeah, and honestly, not to scare you too bad, but you can't mess up that deadline with KDP, or they'll penalize you.
Yeah, I know. I do know that.
Yeah, I learned that too. I was like,
why putting it up on pre-order was such a huge leap of faith for me.
But that's okay. You need to take a leap of faith in yourself.
Absolutely. I was basically me saying, yes, woman, yes, you can do it. I'm going to prove it by putting
Sky said she did 2 pages.
Oh, good.
Yay. Every page counts. Let me tell you right now.
I feel like she's getting faster too.
Yeah, really.
Did she put in the comment what she was working on?
That's like beards or 400 or something. I
think Sky's still working on moving all of her notes over from one notebook to another.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
And I think earlier in the chat she said that she's expecting it's going to take her till like Friday to finish the whole thing.
Wow. Girl, do you have a scanner? Girl, oh my goodness, I feel so sorry for you. I'm sorry.
I know, I feel so.
Or bad. She does have Speak, right? Dragon Speak, unless she says she can't use it right now because of the Mac thing.
But I think she's trying to put it into a different notebook.
And I think she's going from one written notebook to another written notebook. Because her old notebook that she's transcribing out of is falling apart on her.
You can also do the slip covers, the slip sheets that you do for like documents when you want to preserve them.
Yeah.
And then, but they have the 3-hole prongs and put them in a binder.
Yeah.
And so if your book falls apart, you can do that and have a new book, so to speak.
I have so many cases of those.
Yeah, I'm glad to do that.
That's what I'm planning on doing for my series Bible. Because I've had that thing for way too long, and
the document keeper
it's starting to look a little cruddy. So.
Yeah, I have the one that my first draft of Shattered. Forgive me, shaking now. My first draft of Shattered is in the little sleevey things in a binder. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, I only did about 150 new words, and I edited about 3 pages. So moving through that chapter, we'll see what happens. This crazy 2-year-old bouncing all over me right now.
Well, I have a lot of book mock-ups to do tonight.
Oh yeah, I saw some of your ones. They look really good. Look really good.
I like them. Fake chapter book covers for Shattered. So I could like placeholder, so I can put the teacher thingies together. So I can do that. But other than that, between the day tonight and tomorrow, I should be done, which will put me almost a month ahead of everything I had to get done. So
Yeah,
I
good,
now don't know who I am. Like I'm literally not sure if I'm awake because all this month, okay, where do I start? Because I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh.
I do have filming coming up. Oh my goodness, I do have filming coming up.
Yeah, I know. You told me.
I want to change that date so bad because I still don't have a good Spencer.
Do you have a Spencer period? Like
I don't have. It's people, but he just they don't work. They don't work. I mean, they're great actors, but
not gonna work for Spencer.
I knew I would have a hard time finding a Spencer.
Well,
you know,
I mean,
I did
Spencer, so it's kind of hard to find a gal like that. I'm just saying.
And then I was like, I figured like I would get my Chase because I can get a pretty boy and I can get Flint, but I knew I would have trouble with Spencer. Didn't think I would have trouble with all of the boys. Though. I have all the girls and all the adults.
Yeah, but all the boys is like hard.
Even Tommy found a Pooey.
Yeah, that was hard enough, which I thought would have been easy as heck.
Right in Maryland, come on now.
I'm just saying, how many mixed girls in Maryland? Like
we are like the biggest blended state there is.
Like, come on now over here, like,
north and the south. You know, we got it all.
For real, right? So I was a little surprised by that. So.
Yeah, I was shocked, but I got my niece for Pooey.
Oh, okay.
She is short because she will be wearing some heels.
Is that the niece that I met? That was what's her name's niece, right? That was Kim.
Yeah,
I haven't met your niece, have I?
I have so many. I don't even know which ones.
I don't think I met any of your nieces, actually. Have we? I think so.
I don't think so. I'm not my nieces.
Yeah.
A couple of my nephews. Yeah, I don't think you met her. Well, I'm gonna send you a picture of her. She was supposed to come to the event last year, but her birthday was the exact same day.
So what? We could have still made her birthday the big.
You know, it was just a big convoluted thing. So.
Oh wait, I know who she is. Then wait, you sent pictures in the group the time with her prom, right? Or her prom? Or
no, she had on belly dance gear.
Yeah, her. Okay, I see the pictures.
Right, she's perfect for Pooey, except she's just short.
Oh my god, I'm crazy 2-year-old in the background.
Well, I think that's the definition of 2-year-old is crazy. So
yeah, if you look up the meaning, that's what definitely.
But so I'm a little happy with the progress. I'm just not feeling well, so it's kind of hard to. Don't let how I sound fool you. I'm ecstatic.
I know.
I'm puffied up and looking crazy, but I am really happy right now.
That's funny. All right, so let's do our last question. Last question is, how long are your writing sessions approximately? I do an hour through 3 hours when I do my sessions. I do my best to do that twice a day, so I can at least try to get 2 to 6 hours in a day, or at very least once a day. So that's me.
Nicole, what about you?
Usually in the afternoon when my toddler's sleeping, that usually isn't more than an hour. But in the evenings when I usually leave the house and go to like a coffee shop or something, I usually try and stay there for at least 2.5, 3 hours because I feel like I took the time to pack up all my stuff and leave the house and drive 20 minutes to a coffee shop because I live in the middle of Nowheresville. So it's like, if I'm going to take the time to actually do all this stuff, I should at least stay here for a decent amount of time.
True.
What state are you in?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, you're close to us. We need to hook up and do a sit-in day. We really do.
Well, I'm about, I want to say maybe 2 hours from the Maryland border, maybe.
Yeah, you're Pennsylvania, right?
I'm just saying, because we're like an hour from the top of Pennsylvania, the bottom of Pennsylvania, and where I am. I'm
literally like.
Yeah, I might be a little closer to me.
I'm about. I'm 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Now. I used to be like 5 minutes from Hanover, PA. Now I am about 28 minutes from Hanover, PA. As I move further into Westminster, so depends on which part of PA you're at. Probably an hour or something.
I'm
go to PA and have a we'll find a B&D and have a sit-in for a 36 hours, because you gotta have 24 hours to hang and the rest of it for getting and going and eating.
yeah. I am about I'm about an hour and a half north of Gettysburg.
Okay, yeah, I'm not that far from that. So yeah, you're not too far from me. Oh, I see Sky said she does 2 hours, but recently it's been more like 6 to 8 split up across the day, followed by spurts, where she do no writing all day. Okay. Oh, and she said she's in North Carolina, so she's like, "Are you all from the East Coast?" Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, all of us are on the East Coast.
I'm saying, y'all, we got to put together a retreat. If we don't do it in 2019, it's got to happen in 2020.
Well, I can tell you right now, if we're going to do a retreat, we're going to do it with whoever is closest to the beach.
That sounds like North Carolina, right?
I don't know. I'm just saying, whoever's closest to the beach, that's where we're going. And I'm pretty sure.
Well, see, I don't know. Being in Maryland, we have Ocean City.
Yeah, we have beaches and we have mountains. Maryland has it all.
So, I mean, Ocean City is like the place everyone goes for, like, beach or whatever. I used to go down before for a convention, but I don't go too often anymore. But a retreat would be nice in Ocean City, probably for writers.
Yeah.
Maryland,
well, we have
named America.
That doesn't count. Man beaches don't count, because that's all we got in Pennsylvania.
Maryland is called America in miniature. And it's named perfectly right, because we literally have everything that the country offers. We have.
Yeah.
In one of the littlest states in the union.
We are. This is true. Pennsylvania is pretty big, pretty good size.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sky says she's 3 hours from the beach, so it sounds like you guys. It sounds like Aphrodite is probably closer to the beach than that.
Yeah, I'm close to the beach. Well, I mean, I have what do you call it? A natural beach, a man-made beach.
Yeah,
like 20 minutes from where I'm at now.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I used to live down Middle River, not too far from you, Aphrodite. I'm about 4 hours from Ocean City.
Yeah, I'm about 30 from Ocean
because
City.
I don't take beltways, and I don't do tolls or any of the bridges. My mom don't like bridges, so
yeah, I'm close to. I'm like 2.5 hours outside of Ocean City, 3 hours, depending on how you drive. But the key thing is the accommodations need to be near a beach.
Well, there's Ocean City where the inlet and flamenco and the carousel, they're both those that whole hotel stretch is off the beach. It's nothing but hotels.
Yep.
So you have to, I would say, book it off season.
Right. Oh yeah.
You get better prices for the hotels, and you don't have to worry about trying to find a hotel stay, because if you wait for any kind of summer, you're scred in Ocean City.
Plus, you don't want to be there in the summer with all the crazy
people. With all those people.
You don't.
People. I always wanted to go to the beach in like the fall, like October, because I feel like the crazy summer season is definitely over. But it's not like winter cold, and the water would probably feel like bath water because it's still warm from the summer.
Oh, I'm not getting in no beach water. I don't swim in shark poo. I'm told personally, I do not put my body in shark pee. They live in that crap, and
that's their house. I'm not breaking in nobody's house.
Right. I ain't going in there.
Watch you from like the pier or something. Some restaurant that's right there.
Swimming in the ocean was one of my favorite parts of my childhood. Stop ruining it on me.
Oh, no, you're welcome to it. I'm just going to watch.
You swam in shark pee.
I did. Okay.
Sharks pee in the water.
Where do you think that water comes from, woman?
I do not care. I'm not swimming in it. Now, I will swim in a pool. Give me a cement pond. You got me.
Oh, wow.
I will do it. I will do
You're
it.
like, I will do chlorinated water only.
Yeah. I can't do where I'm not going in their house. I'm just not. I'll go actually now. If you want me to get in the water, the only way I will get in Shark Pay or Ocean, I'm sorry, the ocean, is if I had to save you. Like if I thought something was wrong, I would go in and save you. I'm a hell of a swimmer, but I would be mad with you.
I mean, I don't think I ever had a problem with it because I grew up swimming in like rivers and creeks. And
oh no, see, rivers
my family went camping every year in the summer, and our camp was right on a river.
No, rivers and creeks are worse. They got alligators and snakes.
I don't even want to get in the public pool.
Alligators in my
no. Rivers and creeks are more dangerous than the ocean because the sharks don't really want to bother with you. Gators, on the other hand,
dude,
yeah, that one right there, corn fed. I'm a chomp all on that
flavor of chicken. No,
well, I guess I just got really lucky because I did a lot of swimming in a lot of lakes.
Oh, there's plenty of lucky people, but
I never got eaten by an alligator, obviously.
No. It's not likely to happen. It would just happen to me.
September and October, it's always when she's going to the beach. And she says she will swim in the ocean before she swim in a pond. Then again, ponds are around here.
Are you kidding me? Not a pond.
She said the ponds around there are nasty, so she wouldn't swim in her pond.
I don't know. I don't think I've swam in a pond, but that's because a lot of our ponds around here are very small, and the smaller they are, the muckier they are.
Right.
So yeah, I haven't swam in a lot of ponds, but rivers I've definitely done, and lakes I've definitely done.
I'm sorry, I won't be doing any of that.
No, I will put on my.
Okay, you guys can stand on the beach and just cheer me on and be like, "Look, if Jaws gets you, you're on your own, girl."
Oh, now see, if I see a fin, you are on your own.
Exactly.
I will miss you. I'll make sure
I miss you, girl.
I'll have a story about you.
Exactly. You'll be like, I tried to tell you about the shark pee, and you did not believe.
I'm like, her name is Wolf, and she figured since she was a wolf, it would save her.
Exactly. No shark be messing with a wolf. Let's just say
no, that's true. They don't do that. All right, ladies, we probably should wrap soon. So we close out. We almost close to 10:30. I will close out first, I suppose, since it started with me first. As you know, I'm Arthur D.L. Tillery. Next week, this live stream will be on my channel, so it'll be out there somewhere. Me throwing the link around. You can follow me on my website, on my Facebook, on my Twitter, on my Instagram. I have all of the socials.
All the links are below, except for the Instagram, because I forgot the Instagram.
Yeah, but they can just look me up on there. That's fine, by D.L. Tillery. I have a lot going on with trying to get Chronicles of Cagliostro ready for launch for later this year. I am revising and editing right now, and then getting it to my editor in April. Crossing my fingers, I meet that deadline. I will be looking for beta readers, so I will put something on my channel to look for beta readers as well near the end of March when she gets it in her hand in April. I have so many books in the works. If you go on my website, you will see different covers because I have a lot of my covers already in my outlines that I've done for these books, and I am writing them. I have plans to have rapid releasing of full-fledged novels in 2020. So I have another novel that I'm going to be talking about in a couple of weeks that is outlined currently, that I have a cover for, that's coming out. It has a date for December the 11th for 2020, because I have like every two months I have a book that's first thing out next year with a lot of releases. Chronicles of Cagliostro is planned for a winter release this year, so as soon as winter hits, I plan on trying to release that, but it'll be more forthcoming info on that. So that's what I have going on at the moment. So really trying to do that. I do release a poem and a short horror story on my website each month.
And Patreon, right?
Actually through my website and on Patreon, I have different poems for my patrons.
Gotcha.
And then I do like little, every Monday I release something on my Patreon as well for my patrons. So check that out as well. If you want to become a patron, and it's just $1 a month or whatever tier you would like to.
Oh no, did she freeze?
Subscribe if you haven't. I look
Okay.
forward to having more people and connecting. So next, who's next?
Nicole, hit it, girl.
Okay, so I'm Nicole Wolf, and I have my first 2 books in my White Moon Warriors series up on Amazon right now, and you can, as previously discussed, pre-order my 3rd book. You can actually find all of the links to all of those books on my website at www.nicolewolf.com. I have a page that has all of the books in the series listed with the links for you to go to Amazon and order.
And I'll add your links to this one later. I didn't know you were coming on tonight, so I would have done it already.
It was pretty last minute because I was like, am I going to be here? Am I not going to be here? Are you going to watch? Are you not going to watch the kids? Like, yeah, that's what's going on. That's how that happened.
We'll get your links.
Believe me, I understand. I'll make sure I'll hook you up. Now for me,
I'm going to send those to you in the chat.
No. I'll get them from DL because I won't be able to see them if you put them in chat.
Oh, okay.
So I'll get them from her. With me, what's going on is I'm gonna really need a lot of you guys to help me out with promoting Shattered. And I can't believe that I'm at this point where I'm talking about promoting Shattered, but it's happening. I will be sending out packets and stuff to people who want to help me out and just post until the book comes out. The book is scheduled to come out in the 2nd week of April. If it doesn't come out in the 2nd week of April for some unknown reason, it will still be out by the end of June. That's my window. Because in July, I have my first book signing, and I can't believe it. So, yes. So, at this point, I just need a lot of people to help me out. Just spread the word. So, anybody that wants to do that, please contact me. All of my links are below where you can reach me in some kind of way. Other than that, all I'm working on right now is the game plan for getting the book out there to the world.
Like your promotion plan.
Right, yeah. So I mean I started working on that. I started working on this last year. Mm-hmm. So with the exception of me not knowing everything, which is what that comes down to, having no experience, I am ready, but I'm ready as far as I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. And we'll see. I do have some friends who are trying to help me.
Do that because I guess she could be part of the street team or something like that, maybe.
Who?
Sky.
Oh my God, Sky! If you would be part of the street team, I would be so grateful. Like I literally only have 2 people on my street team right now, and I would like for it to be like 10. So that would make my millennium. Plus, you get perks being on the street team.
Question. Do you plan on having like a live stream release party or anything? I've seen that kind of happen with some others in the Aphrodite community, and it seems to go over really well.
Yeah, what I plan on doing is partying for the whole week. I'm going to stream every day of the week. Okay. And do giveaways every day until the day it comes out. It's planned to come out on a Friday. So from that Sunday until Friday, and my birthday falls in there too, I'm going to be streaming every single day and doing stuff every single day. So
what kind of things are you having in your giveaways?
You'll
see. Or is that a surprise? Am I not allowed to know that?
You'll see. You'll see. I'm so excited about them because my book is about a girl who's in high school, her last year of high school. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to do some quote unquote school-esque related stuff, but she's in a private art school. Mm-hmm. So some of the things are a little different than others. Like for instance, DL was the one who gave me the idea for to make the dorm rooms that they all have their keys, the keys for on their book on bookmarks. So I got the most gorgeous old-fashioned keys that you, because the school is really old, that you will ever see, and I can't wait to share those. That's the only thing I'm telling.
Oh, okay. Little teaser about what we can expect. There we go.
I think they're gonna be fun, and I think that people who actually start liking the book will really gravitate towards them, and then people who don't know anything about the book will be like, what the hell is this? And then when they read the book, they go, oh, I get it.
Yeah, they're like, this is so
cool.
Cool.
Now I see why I have an orange snapdragon, stuff like that. Because yeah. DL read the book, and she can tell you it's pretty intense.
Oh, it's really good. You're gonna want to get it.
Sounds like April will be a busy month because yours is coming out in the beginning and mine's coming out at the end.
Look, prayerfully.
Yeah. Trust me too. Yours is at least written. Just saying.
True.
You're already a step ahead of me right now.
You'll get there. You got look. If I can do it, and I talk about how much I write. The reason why I write so much is because it's hard on me to get clear thoughts and get stuff together. So your hour worth of work that you get done, it will probably take me 2 hours to do the same thing. So trust me, if I did it, and what was it? I wrote Encounters in 8 days.
I don't even know.
You can do it. You can do it. Now it was additional. It was supposed to take me 14 days total, and wound up taking me 15 days because a particular chapter 5, helped me up a little bit, but it took me 15 days to get it published. So
chapter
you can
5
do it.
layered. I'm just saying.
I cannot imagine. Well, I wrote. In fact, Sky, I was chatting. I wasn't on video, but I was chatting with Sky during her write-in on her channel earlier today at 1, and I
missed it
for an hour, and I did this chat the entire time, and I think for the entire day, I got, I don't know, like maybe 1,500 words today, and I mean, and I did the sprints with you guys, and then I think on Sky's channel they had 3 15-minute sprints.
Right.
So we're talking about like 3 hours, like 2 or 3 hours.
You go, girl. You're a beast today, I see.
But this is not typical day for me. I feel like okay. I feel like I only get this high of a word count when I am doing write-ins. And
see, that's why we do the write-ins. That's why we do them.
Because I have I'm able to focus better when there's other writers doing the same thing. Normally, I don't have that. So
write-ins are good. Like if you can find a write-in every day, I would be all over it.
I know. I'm trying to hunt down like everyone that does write-ins on like a weekly basis and trying to schedule them out in my calendar so I can like make everyone.
Yeah, I miss Sky, but I won't miss the next one, Sky. I'm there. What was I going to tell you? If you catch like 2 or 3 write-ins a week, you'll be golden. Then you don't have to have writer's guilt and all this stuff when you're not doing it, because you know you're gonna knock shit out in the
write-ins are amazing. I get so much. I finished writing my book because of the write-ins. Like I would be.
Yeah, I know. I definitely need to try and make more write-ins.
You got to go to Sarah's write-ins on Fridays.
Yeah,
well, it depends I know this Friday, unless it's in the afternoon when my toddler is sleeping or at night after he goes to bed. My husband has drill all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so it's just going to be me with the kids all weekend.
See, that's different. Then you can't. When you can't, you can't.
Well, yeah,
that's why stuff like this is so great.
But it'll depend on when the write-ins are. Like if it's while he's sleeping during at some point.
Sarah's is always at night, and Elena's is in the morning on Saturday mornings. And there's another. I can't remember. I've only made like 2 or 3 of hers, because usually about 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm falling asleep for like an hour and a half to get back up to do the day because I stayed up like a crazy person and wrote all night.
Exactly. Sky said tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yep. That's when it was today.
Yeah, see, I'll miss that one again. I'll be at work, and then I have to go get my rest of my taxes assessed and that done. So I'll probably won't be in the house. Sorry, Sky. I'll catch you next time.
Is it 1 p.m. EST?
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh, I got you. I'll be there.
Yeah.
You guys ready for me? So. Because I will make sure that my toddler goes down for a nap.
There you go.
All right, we better wrap, guys. It's like at 10:35. I gotta run in like a few minutes.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's good because I've had to go pee for like the last hour.
Oh,
I haven't eaten today, so I need to go take care of that.
Did you do the wrap already? Aphrodite?
Yeah, I think we all did the wrap. I think
everybody did their spiel.
Okay,
so
all right, well, we will see everybody next
time at DL. Next Tuesday, same time, but on DL's channel.
Yep, that's what we'll be. All right, happy writing, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Bye all.
Bye.